Salutations, respected viewers. This is George from Ireland. I'm in the Grand Lodge of England, as in Masonic Lodge. So, this is the headquarters of Freemasonry in England, and has inspired Freemasonry in many countries. I am not, and never have been, a Freemason. Here is the Kent room. You can see behind me portraits of the Duke of Kent. It's the Queen's cousin. He's been Grand Master of the Freemasons in this country since 1967. So that's why he's honoured like that. And in this corner, that one, is of his late father, who was killed in a plane crash in 1942. You can see the black and white checkered floor, and that's used for Masonic ceremonies. I never attended one, as in so many steps forward, so many steps backward. I don't quite understand it. So this lodge is open to anyone for free, and really is demythologizing Freemasonry, because there are many people with the most lurid stories about Freemasonry which are completely bogus. You can see these things they wear, these collarets they wear, and the little aprons they wear. So Freemasonry, as we know it, started in this country in 1717. Supposedly goes back to the Temple of Solomon, where the Freemasons were building walls, and there were some secrets of the craft about how to build walls, and they refused to reveal them to King Solomon, and he had a Freemason called Hiram Abiff killed. There's probably no direct connection between that and Freemasonry as we know it, which started in 1717. He may well be related to a medieval guild, a bit like a trades union these days, or a professional association. So people building huge buildings had to be very skilled in those days. They didn't have the sophisticated equipment we do now, and measuring equipment and things like that. And if they built something wrong, it was going to collapse. At the very least, that would be a huge cost, but indeed it may kill many people. So think back to the Middle Ages. People would be apprenticed to a mason after 7 years, produce a masterpiece as in a really good piece of work, a wall or a house or something, and then they'd be accepted as a master mason. But if a man went to another town and claimed he was a Freemason, he really knew what he was doing, how did you know? Many people couldn't read and write, so documents were no good, could easily be forged anyway. Therefore, if you initiate him into the craft and he knows some secret code words, some ceremonies, then you know that he really is a Mason, he knows what he's doing. Remember, things couldn't be checked by an email or a phone call to check references back then. That was probably the original purpose of it. It was also a friendly society. They all paid in, and it was a charity. They helped each other out in bad times. These are others, widows and orphans. You can see this throne here, built in the 18th century for when King George IV became the Grand Master. He was Prince Regent at the time when he became Grand Master. So there's an association with the royal family, and members of the royal family have been senior in the Freemasons since that time. Now, the Queen's husband, Prince Philip, he joined. The Queen obviously couldn't join because she's a woman, but so her husband had to join. Prince Philip reportedly loathed the Freemasons. He was sworn in, went to one ceremony, and had never ever gone back since 1952. So you can see there's nothing pernicious, nothing suspicious. People of all walks of life join it. You're allowed to wander around, see what's going on. They have nothing to hide. They're a society with secrets, not a secret society. You can see who's coming in, going out. People wear the Masonic tie pins and badges and wear their aprons, so that's it. There's a building saying this is a Masonic lodge, so don't be frightened. Does it go back to ancient Egyptian mythology? I've heard people say that. They talk about Jar-Balon. If you read The Man Who Would Be King by Rudyard Kipling, it's got quite a few references to Masonic language. If you watch The Magic Flute by Mozart, it's a skit, it's a send-up of Freemasonry. So the Roman Catholic Church in 1738 had the papal bull in eminente, when the Pope forbade Roman Catholics to join it. There's George IV again. This is an oath-bound society. They're taking oaths about not serious things. In order to join the Freemasons, you must say you believe in the Supreme Being. Who the Supreme Being is up to you. It could be Allah, it could be Jesus Christ, it could be the Hindu pantheon, it could be Jehovah. Doesn't matter, they'll never ask you. You must believe in the Supreme Being. And the Pope felt this omitted the possibility that gods other than the Christian one existed. So that's that. And there was another one, Quo Gravoria, in 1828, again forbidding it. That didn't stop Roman Catholics joining the Freemasons. Freemasons banned Catholics, the Catholic Church banned Catholics. People like Mozart, a Catholic, just joined anyway. So totalitarian regimes have disliked it, the Third Reich. Stalinist governments dislike it, are hyper-suspicious of it. But Atheists consider it a Zionist conspiracy, which is drivel. It's got tens of millions of members around the world. There's no way that you can get them all to keep a secret. You see the crown on the throne there, you see the globe, and you see the set, square, and compass, as in for measuring. This is all meant to be about brotherly love, and their ceremony is all meant to show some sort of moral truth. What else? You see here again a set, square, and compass, the layout of a lodge room. So in a clubhouse, as it was called a lodge, the Nehru, the Indian Prime Minister, he was a Mason, as was his father before him. They meet once a month, usually in the winter, and it's not just for the upper class. So people of all walks of life are in it. I met a bus driver who's in it the other day. So it's a bit like the medieval guilds, as I say, dining together, being a charity. Medieval guilds used to have a religious purpose, used to worship as well, but the Freemasons say we're not a religion nor indeed a substitute for religion. There are various degrees of Freemasons, 33 degrees, so you advance through the levels of initiation and find out more and more of the secrets. Some people say it's just harmless mumbo-jumbo, but is it really helping each other out? I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. If you give my cousin a job, then my sister will give your friend a job, something like that. Others say it's not. Anyway, only about 2% of British men are members of the Freemasons, and the police and the judiciary is meant to be particularly important, but a lot of dribblers talked about it, that some Freemason signalling to a judge that he was a Freemason, so let me off the death penalty, who was convicted of murder. There is a documented case of a Freemason trying it, but didn't get him anywhere, and he was indeed killed. But some people say that Freemasons must not kill each other except in battle, because if you're at war against an enemy country, you're going to have to kill